Hi, I'm Steve Blears. Today on the Media Trading Podcast. Useless. If you're going to be a go-to expert, you're going to need an opinion. Because Sam hasn't got time for some back and forth email chat where you dance around, sounding each other out. Put your coat on. Some PR is in the offing. So today we're going to talk about how to contact journalists, specifically when you're replying to a reporter who's put a shout out for help online. Now, if you aren't familiar with online journalist requests, jump on X, formerly Twitter, and search for a couple of hashtags. Hashtag JournoRequest and hashtag PR request. Now, there's all sorts of stuff on here. There's journalists from around the world, from all different media, from online to TV to radio to print, asking all sorts of unusual and random questions. So let's dive in and have a look at a journo request. Right, we've got one here from Amelia Lavinia, and it looks like she works for Cosmopolitan magazine. Okay, sounds promising. What's she got to say for herself? She asks, have you ever had pity/charity sex, aka you slept with someone after a date despite not really wanting to? Hashtag journo request. You can be anonymous. Okay, now there's lots of stuff like this online, people looking for case studies in particular. And I would say, unless the topic allows you to share your specific area of expertise, something you want to be known for, then you should probably avoid Emil's request and requests like this one. Okay, let's keep on searching. There's another one here from Kate Rosinski. And she asks, we are looking for accidental managers, i.e. someone that's been moved into the role without training, etc. Drop me a DM, hashtag journo request. Okay, at least this is in the business space. But again, it's looking for a kind of case study. It's looking for someone who's had problems at work. You know, you could spend all day looking at these. A lot of these requests come from around the world, and they tend to be quite sort of seasonal B2C stuff. Questions, things like, you know, what's the best way to decorate a Christmas tree and that sort of thing. But if you look hard enough, there are opportunities to generate great PR for your business or for your organization. It's worth pointing out as well that there are also several web-based services that share requests from journalists, and I'll put some links in the show notes for those websites. Now, this particular one sounds a little more promising because it sits in the business space and is looking for someone to share their expertise. So it's an opportunity for you to be known, liked, and trusted and do business with people. Now, I recommend to clients that you occupy this expertise space. It's where all the action is. You get to look and sound expert in print and on air. You're not talking about your sex life. You get known, liked, and trusted. And importantly, you stand the chance of getting asked back. People are only going to want to find out once about your sex life, but if it's about your business, if it's about how you can help people, you can come back time and time again and get known for what you do. Now, everyone loves a bit of repeat business, don't they? Yeah, especially when it comes down to free PR. So let's have a look at this one, which is a bit more promising. It's from Sam Walker, who works for The Sun newspaper, which is a tabloid here in the UK. And Sam says, I'm looking to speak to a marketing expert about dynamic or surge pricing across retail, hospitality, and other sectors for a piece in The Sun. DMs are open, or contact me by email. Thanks, hashtag journo request. Great. So let's assume that we have some expertise in surge pricing. How might we go about getting in touch with Sam and telling them all the great things that we know about surge pricing? So time is absolutely of the essence, so don't hang around. Sam's probably working towards a deadline, which will be today because it's a daily newspaper. So let's do a bit of a draft. Let's do a draft reply to Sam. Let's try this one. Okay. Get the keyboard out. Hello, Sam. I've just seen you're looking for a marketing expert to talk about surge pricing. I think I have someone in mind who could help you with this. Could you give me some more detail? Best wishes, Steve. That seems perfectly reasonable. It might be kind of email that you would send in business. But in this situation, speaking to a journalist, it is completely useless, because Sam hasn't got time for some back and forth email chat where you dance around, sounding each other out. Dozens of people may be replying to this tweet. He's just going to ignore a message asking for detail. So what should we do? Now, I've come up with a clever acronym to help you out when you are replying to journalists, and the acronym is COAT, C-O-A-T. Put your coat on. Some PR is in the offing. COAT, COAT. And this acronym will give you everything you need to put in that quick email to a journalist. In your reply to journalists, use this format. Okay, so let's go through COAT. C stands for your credentials. Okay, so let's try this. Hi Sam, my name's Steve. I'm the marketing director of a hotel chain that uses surge pricing around busy and quiet periods to set our room rates. Brilliant. There it is. Credentials. I'm not saying I've got a degree in marketing, although I'm sure that helps. Your credentials reflect your experience, your expertise, why you're the right person to talk to. And in this case, you work for a hotel chain that uses surge pricing. Sam's going to be sitting up and listening straight away. So that's C. What about O? O stands for opinion. And journalists want to hear strong, forthright opinions. If you're going to be a go-to expert, you're going to need an opinion. So my email might continue like this. In my opinion, surge pricing unfairly gets a bad name. Yes, the price of our hotel rooms goes up in peak times, but they also are much more affordable for people travelling off-peak or for those planning a trip way in advance. Surge pricing helps us stay competitive. It keeps our rooms full and helps us avoid laying off staff at quiet times. Boom, there you go. I've got an opinion. I've got credentials and opinion. By this point, Sam is really going to be kind of biting on this sort of reply. And there you have it. You've got your C for credentials. You've got your O for opinion. Next in our COAT acronym is A for anecdote. Okay. And what I mean here is provide a very brief example, a real life anecdote that supports your opinion. Make it visual. You know, a convention of clowns stayed at your hotel at a bargain price, or a better story than that. A short anecdote that they can picture. Yeah. Your convention of clowns were really chuffed because they stayed off peak and they got the price, low. You could even pass on the number of the clown guy. Something like that. Something they can visualize, something they can see, something their readers can grab onto. So that's your anecdote. And the final letter in COAT is T for timeliness. Don't hang around. Contact that journalist immediately. But not only that, tell them that you are available to talk straight away. Add your mobile number and email address to the message. Okay, so if we think about all the replies our journalists are getting, who are they going to favour? Are they going to favour the first message saying, yeah, can you give me a bit more detail? Or are they going to favour the message that uses my COAT acronym? Yes, they're going to want that, aren't they? Now, you may do everything right and just hear absolutely nothing back, but that's normal. Don't be disheartened. Even when you've used this system, you may not even get a reply, but you will be on the radar. They'll have your details. Follow that journalist on X, Twitter, whatever it's called these days. Like and comment their articles, and when the right story comes about, they'll get in touch with you. So that is it. Check out those hashtags and get your coat on. Thanks for listening.